Hello friends, my name is Salman and you are watching my channel Silent Tech. In this video, I will explain the following topics. First of all, I will explain what is vStandard switch VSS. After that, I will demonstrate how to create and delete a vSphere standard switch. And after that, I have configure and remove vNIC and vSphere standard switch. And after that I will configure VM kernel port for network services. Basically VM kernel ports are very important because this concept will use in when I configure vMotion or clustering in VMware. After that I will show how to add, edit, remove port group on a vSphere standard switch and determine the use case of vSphere standard switch. So what is vSphere standard switches? Basically vSphere standard switches connect virtual machines together and virtual machine to a physical network. In this way we will connect the virtual machines together. So let's have a look how it's work. Basically this is a factorial representation of VMware switch. In this picture, I will show you three switches, three virtual switches, which exist on a single ESXi host. So as you can see, I have the three switches. One is here, and second one here, and last one is here. So basically, what does it means? Basically, this is a virtual LAN card of any VM on which is assigned to any virtual machine. Basically this is the whole virtual machine. So same wise, if this virtual machine can communicate with the other host on a network through a physical network card. Basically this is a physical network card. It goes to the physical switch and it will communicate to the other host devices on a network. Same wise, as you can see here, we have a two virtual NIC, vNIC, which is assigned to a virtual machine like here, and as you can see there are two other types of port on a virtual switch. One port is called management port. Management port is used to manage the virtual switch or ESXi host from web browser. Another port, as you can see, is VM kernel port. Basically VM kernel port, what is its function? Its function is that it will communicate with the others network services like vMotion or clustering. All the traffic which move from VM to VM are moved from these ports, which is called standard ports, but some type of special traffic which is only passed through a VM kernel port. So this is a pictorial representation of the standard switch. So as you can see, management port and VM kernel port uses the network traffic, some special type of network traffic like iSCSI, SAN, NAS, NFS. So these VM kernel port are very important concept in VMware. So when I will configure the clustering, I will show you how to configure the VM kernel port. So this is very important class. If you miss this class, you will not understand the future videos of clustering. So pay attention of these classes. So standard switches exist within a single host. They allow VM to VM networking and VM kernel networking, basically, which is also called VM kernel port. VM kernel port, as I told you, is used to some special type of traffic like NFS, vMotion, iSCSI, management, clustering, fault tolerance, and etc. So the VM kernel ports are very important because I will configure VM kernel ports in my videos. So now let's move to a demonstration. So in my lab, I have installed VMware Workstation, on which I have created two ESXi hosts. One is called ESXi 1 and another one is called ESXi 2. On ESXi 1, I have created a single virtual machine of Windows 7 and another ESXi hosts, I configure and created the vCenter server. So I will move to the vCenter server. So this is my vCenter server. As you can see, I have added all these two ESXi server into my vCenter server. So this video is totally focused on the networking vSwitch or VM kernel port of the VMware. So as you can see, I have two ESXi hosts. One of them is listed here, and another of listed here. So in one ESXi host, I have a Windows machine, Windows 7 colon, which is my physical machine, and on another host, I have installed this vCenter server, which shown here, and on other machine is Windows 7 over here. So let's move to the first ESXi host, and as you can see now, I have a switch over here. So you can see, okay, by default when we install any VMware server or ESXi server, it will create a standard switch automatically. So as you can see, this is a switch. So as I show in my slides. So as you can see, this is a virtual switch. There are three parts of a virtual switch. One is called management network. Basically, management networks play an important part in VMware networking. Through management network, we can access our ESXi server. Another is component is called VM network. Basically, this is the network labels associated to this port group. So the first port group is VMK0, and the second one is VMK1. It always start with 0. This is the VM network. Basically, VM network is those network in which the virtual machine communicate each other. So as you can see on my host 1, I have VM network, and it's connect to the two virtual machine. One is called Windows 2000 server, and another one is called as Windows 7 colon. So this network is used to communicate virtual machine to virtual machine. This management network is used to communicate the management of the ESXi server. On the right side, as you can see, I have a physical adapter which associate with my ESXi server. So in order to create a virtual switch, we need more than one physical network adapter cards. So the procedure is very simple. You can add as many LAN card as you can wish. But in my environment, I am using a virtual environment. But in physical environment, you have multiple physical network adapter. So I will show you how to add a physical network card in virtual environment. So for this, I have to move my ESXi server. So as you can see, I have a two ESXi server. For example, I select this server and right click on my first server and click on the setting. So as I click on the setting, as you can see, I have a 3 network adapter card. Basically, these two, the last two one, I added manually on this ESXi host. So the method is very simple and straightforward. You just need to click add, and here you can select network adapter card and click finish. So as you click on the finish, a new network card is added on your ESXi host. But it will not appear in your ESXi host until you reboot your ESXi host. So now we need to change this setting. Basically, it is on netting mode. So we can change netting to custom mode, which is VMnet 0. Basically VMnet 0 is configured in my VMware workstation. You can, as you can see, from edit, click on edit and preferences. Virtual network adapter, and select on change setting, click on yes. So you can see that VMnet 0 is bridge with my physical network adapter. So you can see it is bridge my network adapter. It is select automatic. This is the LAN card present in my computer. So in this way you can add as many virtual machines, as many network card as you wish. So after adding a LAN card, you should reboot your machine. So I will move to the my vCenter server. As you can see, now I have a standard virtual switch. Now how to add another virtual switch? This is very simple. You just need click on the host and then click on a configure setting, and in configure you have a networking section in which you choose a virtual switch, and here you can click on the add networking. As you click on the networking, there is so many options: VM kernel port, VM kernel network adapter. Don't select this one. Select the virtual machine port for a standard switch. So I will create a port group to a standard virtual switch. So I click on this and click on the next. And here you can select an existing switch for browse or create a new standard switch. So I click on a create a new standard switch and choose the default value of 1500 and click next. It will ask you what is the physical network adapter associated with this switch. So click on the plus sign. Here you can see I have two adapters. Basically I have three adapters, but one is used with my default adapter. So I can select the second one, which is VMNIC 1. Click OK and then again click next. It will ask the name of the switch, so I will call it private and click next and click finish. As soon as I click on the finish, you can see on the bottom a new update network configuration, a new switch is configured. So if I scroll down on this, you can see there is another switch appear which is called vSwitch 1. I click on this, I expand this, basically I scroll down. So this is my new virtual switch which I have created. As you can see, there is no VM kernel port, only the its label is private and no virtual machine is associated with this virtual switch. So the second, and on the right side you have as you can see, we have a physical network card. Now the second step is to assign this virtual switch to any virtual machine. So the steps are very straightforward. You just need to click on any virtual machine and right click on that and select edit setting. So as you can see, the setting of my virtual machine. Here you can add another LAN card or physical network card. So I will add another LAN card on this machine, and this new card is associated to my new switch. So click on the new add devices and again click on network adapter card. So this is the new adapter card I added on my virtual machine. So I click on VM network and browse for network. So as you can see, I have it will listed down all the network associated with this ESXi host. So I click on the private and again click on OK and again click is OK. So now I created my one virtual card and associated this virtual card to my new switch. So I click on this button and open this virtual machine. So I enter my password here. So I open my network setting, open network and sharing center, change the adapter setting. So as you can see, now I have two network adapter. The second one is which I added earlier on this demonstration. So I right click on that, properties, and I assign this adapter in static IP address. For example, I assign this 10.0.0.1 and click OK. So basically this LAN card is connected to another virtual switch which I created, which is called VM1. So I will perform the same operation on my second ESXi host. So I will show you how to they communicate with through this link. So on second, I select on my second ESX second host, and in the second host I have only one virtual switch, so I have created another virtual switch. Likewise, so I created at networking, select a virtual machine port group for standard switch, then click next and create new standard switch, then click next and assign any other adapter. So I have 4 adapter over here. So I select the OK and I click next and I call it private. Basically this is a port group name, right? Private, and click next and can click finish. So as you can see, now I have another switch over here, which is the LAN card is associated with this, and the port group is not associated with any virtual machine, as you can see. So I will assign this switch to my any virtual machine. So I click on the Windows 7 and right click and click on the edit setting, and as you can see I have a second adapter. So I will browse the button and I click the private label which I have created earlier. I click OK and I click OK. I will open the console. I enter the password. Ask me later. OK. View full screen. So open the network and sharing center. Change the adapter setting. This is the second LAN card I added earlier in this video. So I right click on this and select the properties. As you can see, I have entered the class A IP address and click OK. So what I have done right now, I have created two virtual switch, one virtual switch on a first ESXi server and another virtual switch on a second ESXi server, and then I added two LAN card to two different hosts and assign the new virtual switches. Now I will check the communication with these two networks. So I will ping the IP of the my first ESXi server. second LAN card, which is 10.0.0.1 -3. So as you can see now, I can easily ping my second machine, which is exists on my second ESXi, my first ESXi server. So I minimize this, and my IP is IP config. So my IP is, as you can see, is 23. So I will move to the second server, and from here I should ping my second machine, which is 10.0.0.23. So as you can see, my communication is established and I am easily successfully ping the second machine. So this is a very easy way to how to create a virtual switch, how to assign a physical network card to the virtual switch, how to assign a virtual card to a switch. So in this demonstration I explain all these things. Now let's move to the second part of the video. In the second part I will show you how to configure a VM kernel port. Basically VM kernel port is very important concept. Otherwise, if you don't understand this concept, you will not get the advanced feature of clustering in VMware series. So how to configure how to create and configure a VM kernel port? This is very simple. Just click any ESXi host, click on configure, and then click on the virtual switch. On virtual switch, just click add networking, and in this time you should connect VM kernel port adapter. As you can see, it will explain the VM kernel TCP/IP stack, handle the traffic of EXI services such as vSphere, vMotion, iSCSI, NFS, fiber channel over Ethernet, fault tolerance, and vSAN host management. Basically, this is vkernel is used to perform the such network services which include the high availability, fault tolerance, or file sharing, etc. So in this time I connect the VM kernel port and click on the next. Now in the same time I will select an existing switch and click on the browse. Select an existing standard switch and click on the browse. So I will select my switch 0, which is my first switch, click OK, and then connect next. I called this network VM kernel port is for example management network. So as you can see, this is a VM kernel port. It will offer me the following services like vMotion, provisioning, fault tolerance management, vSphere, vSAN. So in this demonstration I clicked on the vManagement and vSAN, or for example we select vMotion and management. So basically why we choose this option, because we want to this port group is only carry the traffic of vMotion or vManagement server, and with this port we assign a specific physical port. So in this way we can bifurcate our normal traffic to some special type of traffic. Then click next, and we can also assign an IP address. For example, we want a redundant management port, so we will assign any IP. For example, we assign an IP 192.168.11.159, and subnet mask is class C. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, and then click next. The subnet mask is internal valid 0, and my management IP is 159. Click OK and click next. So as you can see, now I have a 2 management port. This is the default one and this one is created myself. which is called VM kernel port, or its name is VMK0, and new one is called VMK1, and its IP address is 192.168.11.159. So we have two management port. One is default and other one is created myself. So I will check how whether it is working or not. So I will open my new tab and write the address of 192.168.11.159. So it will ask me warning. So as you can see, now I have two management port. If my one port is down, I will use the another one. So in this way you can add any port as you wish for redundancy. So in this way you can add many ports. So in this way I can add the second management port. Same wise, if I like to add another service on this management port, I just click on these three dots and click edit setting. Here I can choose, first I cancel this. Basically this setting is related to the port group called management. So in this way I can add as many networks as I can wish. Same wise, if I like to add another physical card for redundancy, so I can just click on the manage physical adapter. So I can assign another adapter for this virtual switch. So I click add adapter, click OK. So I have two adapters. If I want to standby adapter for redundant, I just click on this and click on the standby. So if this adapter goes down, my connection will run on this connection. So in this way I will connect my two adapters. As you can see, now I have two physical adapters. One is operating. If something goes wrong to the one adapter, the traffic pass to the second adapter. So in this way we can easily connect to the as many adapters as we want. So this is the very straightforward demonstration of the. So in this way we can easily create as many virtual port or any VM kernel port as we wish. So I think this is very informative for you. If you like this video, so please subscribe my channel. So I will create the videos like this. Okay, thank you very much. I will see you in a next lecture.